It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the torchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Maiyegun don't come. My people make we shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun don't come. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Maiyegun don't come. My people make you shout. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun don't come. This man not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you. Share the broadcast, read the caption, read the description as well. I mean, just to get yourself in tune into what we are going to discuss tonight. It's quite going to be interesting as well. The line will be open at some point, and you can be part of it too.
Godfatherism, Maiyegun diary.
The biggest of the conversation tonight should ordinarily be the tanking economy that will further create more poverty, joblessness, insecurity, that is through the increase in crime. Nigeria's debt as at this hour is now put at officially 42.8 trillion naira, and that is $103.5 billion dollars. In other words, your naira has further crashed. Today, I exchanged a pound sterling for 820 naira to a sterling. Well, you get to know more.
And yes, right. And yes, right.
And also tonight, the news of the PDP crisis has now gotten worse. Yes, the Werewike's camp have pulled out of Atiku's campaign, something they are doing, according to them, in solidarity, called Southern Solidarity. The question people are asking are, where was this solidarity when the Southern Nigeria needed their just one voice? The Southern Nigerian people just needed their one cooperation to keep them away from arm's way and keep the economy safe enough that those who are investing in their children's education are never going to end up having to invest in their survival too. But today, for their own political survivors, they are asking for Southern solidarity, and that is why they are pulling out of Atiku's campaign. We'll share that tonight. And there is also this part, which is that of MC Oluomo. Now, you saw the video of the sticker that they are forcing people to buy in Lagos. He came out to deny it, but he didn't just deny it. He said a lot of things. I think we should start from there or start from Atiku's side. But the first part is to refresh your mind. The clip that exposed what you are likely going to have to live with in Nigeria. This one.
I know the pay. If not because I go back this again, I don't time again. I know the pay one day. I take your ticket. I don't tell the put that. Okay, don't put this. Like this one go be one. No put. I don't have one now from my hand. I don't tell you. You don't have one now from my hand. No put this for this again. Let's your brain. Let's your brain. When I put them, go to the money. Put them, go to the money. I know that great I have it, but I want to get in now. But you people supposed to fight for us. You people supposed to fight for us. Me. No, put this in now. This I will back this guy. Because I don't give you one, and if I lose, I will come out and I'll be for you.
So that's the clip. Everyone saw it, okay? And even though some people are feigning kind of surprise, how is that possible? Oh no, I am supporting Tinubu, but I don't like this. You know, normally, right? Normally, during electioneering period. You know, you have to print flyers, you have to print all kind of paraphernalia, campaign stuff, and you mostly give them out for free. Okay. Over here, you know, in the UK, usually those souvenirs are paid for by supporters of a political party or the candidates as a means of raising fund. Okay. So, but stickers, I mean, stickers with your picture, you'll be happy for anyone to put that on and just do a free advert for you wherever they go. But that is not what it is in Lagos. So when I shared that yesterday, before it became this viral that you have seen it everywhere now, yeah, the first thing that came up was that many people were trying to pretend that they are surprised. Now, let me give you something. When democracy started in 1999, there were no agberos in Lagos, okay? What you had then were, and they call them NURTW, and I don't know if they were even operational, because if you remember, it was the military rule, and during that time, when Marwa was to probably hand over to Tinubu, so one of the industry he created is this agbero, okay? And what is their job? They have no real job other than to take tax and taxes from people. Now, in Lagos, if you are into transportation, or if, well, many of you are into transportation anyway, you know, you do use all their public transportation every time. So you understand that they just come around. That's their job. Not that, you know, not that they have any other thing doing, okay? What they do is that they come around, and every junction, they put people there to collect free money. Oh yeah, give me money. If they are loading, for example, if the transport fare is 40 naira, yeah, they will be collecting, you know, probably 100 naira, about 2 passenger and a half. So somebody will stay back at that junction, okay, as the vans keeps going on back and forth, they will be collecting the money. Now, sometimes, or let me say most times, these guys collecting this free money, they will be marking your van. Yeah, they'll be marking to say, oh, you've paid us. Now, other ways is to print stickers, different ones. Mind you, these guys are not working for local governments. Whatever they take from that system, goes straight to them and those who gave them that platform, Tinubu. So this is what became the norm, okay? As more and more, you know, young people, right, are being stifled the proper education, the proper opportunities. So more and more keep falling into that kind of employment that Tinubu created. In other words, he created other gang leaders, harm to the teeth, that are always being available for elections. It's like trade by barter of a thing, okay? Now, local governments have their own stickers, okay, and what they take from everyone from everywhere as the normal revenue. Even at that, that still goes into the cover of one man, Tinubu, through his alpha beta. But you see, these guys, Agbero or no Agbero, like I said, it's like a trade by barter, okay? They need security. Politicians need muscle. Tinubu needs muscle, thugs, hand in their hundreds, I mean, their thousands, tens of thousands, as many as possible. Do you get that now? Now, how do they keep them operational, active until the next election cycle? That is why you have that Agbero job there, okay? Now, what they need to give back is every time there is an election, anywhere, they must be ready to be the muzzle for that, you know, their godfathers. You know this. I just thought I should remind those who are pretending when that video came out, okay? Do not pretend. That is the life in Lagos. Okay, and that is the life in most part of southern Nigeria. By the way, I haven't traveled much to northern Nigeria, okay, but you see that of Lagos, it is the template, and no thanks to Tinubu and then their oceans. So they came out, they said, it is the turn, it is our turn, yes, and in this time around, we're not just going to be the muscle. All of you in Lagos, your landlord want to contest for president, and you all must pay one way or another. Everybody will pay. Of course, everybody will have to pay. But like that, I think the response of the people really jolted them that MC Oluomo responded in Yoruba, right? And even committed even more and worse sacrilege. Listen to this. I will do my best to interpret a little bit.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin, àwọn olórí burúkú kan ló lọ gbé stíkà ọ̀yà aṣíwájú síbẹ̀, ọ̀yà Shettima síbẹ̀, ọ̀yà Sanwó-Olú, ọ̀gbẹ́mi náà síbẹ̀, ó wá gbé jáde yìí pé kọ́ máa lọ tà ní 1,000 pé ọ̀n wá campaign ẹ̀ rí pé orí yín dàrú. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ̀rọ̀ lórí social media rí nílé ayé mi, but eléyìí ẹ lè black name wa ní Nàìjíríà because ọgbọ́n lẹ lọ dá lẹ́bí ń ṣerú kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ní adúrú mi àní pé kọ́ mú sticker pé kọ́ máa ta ní 1,000 ṣé bí pa wá ni àbí àìrí owó fi ṣe ìkọ́ni ìrọ̀lẹ́ jẹ́ ń pa ẹ̀yin ọ̀tá ìrọ̀lẹ́ ń pa ṣóye yín sí ibi tá a bá máa dé a máa dé bẹ́ẹ̀ aṣíwájú ló ní present yẹn ṣe rẹ̀ ní agbọ́rọ̀ lórí Jùmárì aṣíwájú máa dé present yẹn kò sọ́gbọ́n tẹ́ lè jà kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe ní Nàìjíríà yìí àwa ló kàn ẹ̀jọ̀ rastan ẹ̀wọ̀n pé èmi ò ṣe fídíò rí ẹ̀jọ̀ rastan gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá ti rí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ nà wọ́n wọ station ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ti rí sticker lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó bá ń tà pé park and garage ni ẹ̀ nà wọ́n wọ station kẹ́pẹ́ nọ́mbà mi 08037168492 ẹ pè wá àbí kẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú pé ti mọ́nítọ̀ ọ̀hún ẹni tó bá ń ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ má sọ wá lórúkọ burúkú olè níyín bóyá ẹ̀yin yíbo àbẹ́yàn kan ló ń dọ́gbọ́n sí àbẹ́yìn kan lẹ̀ ń dọ́gbọ́n bóyá ẹ̀yin opponent bóyá ẹ̀yin PDP lẹ̀ ń dọ́gbọ́n ibi tá a bá ti rí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe ẹ ti understand sí Lagos State wà dẹ̀ ní kò ń ṣe àrùn ojú tá a bá ti rí iṣẹ́ tí gómìnà wa ń ṣe ribiribi Lagos State tó ti yẹ yìí sí àwa la ní second time kò sí nǹkankan ẹ ti understand gbogbo àwọn tó bá ń lọ dọ́gbọ́n tó ń gbé fake rumor tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ ṣe nǹkan jáde tẹ́ bá ti rí ìkúrú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn níta ẹnà wọ́n wọ station ó lè jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀tá ni because gbogbo ẹ̀ láti ṣèwádìí àmọ́ ibi tó jẹ́ ààrẹ nìtì ibi tó sọ àti débẹ̀.
So sorry, I'm going to try and do some, interpretation of what he said so that you will know. He said some unfortunate people who just wanted to blackmail them. Sorry, he said black name, but however, some unfortunate people who just wanted to blackmail them, printed those stickers and they put Ashiwaju there and Shettima, yeah, and they printed Sanwo-Olú there and his own picture, and they are selling it to people for 1,000 naira. That if they see anybody anywhere with that sticker selling it in Lagos, they should beat them to nearest police station. That is them saying, no, they didn't do it. It's not them. Okay? Right. Then he continued. He said, this is the handiwork of enemies who don't want Tinubu to be president. And whether you like it or not, Tinubu is going to be the president of Nigeria. in this Nigeria because it is their turn. Some said president or president. I'm trying to make a loose interpretation now, okay? That whether you like it or not, Tinubu is going to be the president of Nigeria. It didn't stop there. He said, we have done investigation and we went to the place you said. There's nothing like that. That it may actually be the handiwork of Igbos or opponents, PDP, because they are not hungry. They don't need you to contribute money for them, for Ashiwaju to be president, But he lied. Good enough. I am going to replay that clip. And for those who have been in garages where people have had to fight the Agberos ever before, please tell me, do you think this is the handiwork of... I'm still coming back to that too. You know, I have always been saying, because I know these people very well. I know them. Okay? I am a Yoruba man. I grew up in Yoruba land enough that I am more grounded, traditional, and omoluabi than many of these Tifun Laurent, many of these Alakpama Shishes, many of these Agbero pickpockets that are attracted to Tifnumbu. And the reason why people like us need to continue to speak up is that these guys don't represent Yoruba's value or culture or tradition or anything at all. Everything about Tifnumbu, and if you look around those around him as well, is always questionable. Okay? And because of who they are and what they are propagating and what Nigeria has become today, before they further use Yoruba name to further polarize not just the Yorubas, but polarize Yorubas against other people from other parts of Nigeria for their selfish, greedy, self-centered reasons. People like us need to continue to speak out too. Speak out all the time. These guys don't represent us. Everything about them reeks of God. Now, why did I say that? They always kind of thrive on bigotry, bigotry that is kind of self-destructive as well. Okay, in Yoruba land, we are considered as one of the most accommodating people or region in Nigeria. That is being put to question today. You know why? Because the last 23 years, we have seen the growing of people who were deliberately miseducated, or people who deliberately choose to be ignorant, or those who are actually benefiting from the ignorance of lots. They have been pushing a lot of narratives that are completely alien to Yorubas. In Yoruba land, we are not supposed to celebrate thieves. We are not supposed to respect the criminals, whether they are like are powerful or powerless, rich or poor. Whoever they are, you get what I mean now. You cannot trade the value that they have now destroyed, which happened to be or to have started from the family value, the one that says if you ruin or destroy your family name through any of your own act or collaboration or anything in your life, that is exactly you destroying your life. Yeah, that's what Yoruba will say. Until the all this in Yoruba land manage to sneak in and take control of a leadership in Yoruba land. So they don't speak for us. Do you understand that? Because every time they come out to try to push the tribal, ethnic, agenda in a way in Nigeria, I'm saying this to you all the time, from time immemorial. It has never been because of the interest of the Yoruba people at all. Look at Nigeria. Look at Yoruba land. Do you get that now? But one thing here is this. These characters, they have procreated. They have families, they have people who depend on them. Criminals are celebrated and protected in Yoruba land, right? By the victims of their crimes. So when guys like this choose to push their tribal card, tribal agenda, Yoruba like me should speak up and say, he is not speaking for me. Because the question people are asking is this. Over time, I have told you, the agenda of Yoruba versus Igbo is going to get worse in this your own charade called election, okay? And every one of them in their camp has keyed into it. And it is the easy sell. Do you get that now? The Igbos are Yoruba's enemies. So if you look around at this time, in this election or whatever they are doing, right? This political circle, the most, the people that the Yorubas must be scared of are the Igbos. Whatever comes to mind right now, the first people that comes to mind that according to Tinubu and gang that they should be afraid of are who? The Igbos. So he was saying something earlier. He said the people who were selling the tickets in Lagos, selling the, stickers, yeah, he couldn't find any example. And you might think, yeah, that was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Okay, it is deliberate. It is called dog whistle. Now, I want you to take a look at this clip again and tell me, okay, the person who is trying to force something on somebody's tricycle, if that person looks different than their crew. In a way, what I mean is this. Listen to that conversation, and then you can be the judge. Also, look at the face as well. I'll be back.
I know the pain. If not because I go back this keke, I don't time again. I know the pain one day. I can't just take it because I don't tell the no put that. Okay, don't put this in that. This one go big one. No put. I don't gonna want that from my hand. You know, I don't tell you. You don't gonna want that from my hand. No put this in for this keke. Let's your brain. Let's your brain start. Oh, yeah, put them go the money. Put them go the money. I know that pay I have it, but I want to get in now. But you people supposed to fight for us. You people supposed to fight for us. Me. No, put this in for now. Because I don't give you one, and if I lose, I go come out and I report you for this one.
So because of Tinubu, if you go to all of the motor parks, garages, markets, and then trade centers and all those stuffs, including shopping malls and all that. But let's start with the markets. Okay, you will see Igbos, Hausas, Yorubas, everyone from everywhere trading and doing all of that stuff inside that market. Outside that market, you will see set of young people, smoking Igbo, drinking, smoking, drinking, their job is to collect tax and taxes, yeah, from everyone in that market. Same thing. Yeah. When you go to places where imported stuffs, which are mostly done by the Igbos, when you get to those places where people are transacting, doing businesses, millions and billions of businesses right there, right? You will see outside that place, you will see young people, okay? Men out there smoking, drinking, and they will tell you this is their territory, okay? And just like that, you find it everywhere. When they are unproductive, none of them is ever productive, okay? Now, this is the free money that you have to kind of keep as your survivor. Sometimes you can get killed. Now, that's why you now have all this rival gang and all of them in Lagos because of the free money that every one of them is getting, okay? But when election is coming, you will now see majority of these people, okay, who have never really been in any way productive, added anything tangible to the same economy in that Lagos state, okay? Trade, they are not doing, okay? Business, they are not involved, right? Even working for government to ensure that every revenue from every trade that happens in every part of Lagos, yeah, goes straight into the cover of government so that they can reinvest same into infrastructure that possibly could create jobs, right? Now, they have created army of illiterate, uneducated, right? Put it that way. Miseducated. And then some of them, yeah, educated but unemployable. Okay? Now, you see this army of unproductive, this is the result of what they've done to Yoruba youth. Now, when you turn around everywhere, when election is around like this, that's when you start hearing them. Go back to your state. Go back here, go back there, because according to them, yeah, that is the moment they feel threatened. You see, that their livelihood, their existence and everything, I mean, rested on the existence of those who are really working. Not many of them who are scavengers, pickpockets, freeloaders, jobless, unemployable cretins. Do you get that now? Now, that legacy is there. And today, you see, you have Fulani terrorists all over Nigeria, Abi. You have Boko Haram terrorists up north, okay? Now, the only difference between those people and the Agberos in Yoruba land or southern Nigeria, working for politicians, just like the terrorists up north are also in bed with northern politicians. You see all these Agberos, the only difference is that they haven't, right, kind of pushed them to turn their guns against every one of us yet. Do you get that? And the only way they can possibly sell Tifnumbu to many of you is to help spread the dog whistle. You see that ticket? The ticket that has been in existence for months now, okay? Even the guy that rejected the ticket, I mean, the guy that rejected the sticker, he probably has gotten it before. They are asking every Okadanio, Tricycle, Danfo, Molue, all of them. They are asking them to pay different kind of charges for that sticker. If you don't collect it, if anybody bring that sticker to your car and you can't carry blow, Baba then go, now you then go beat, because everybody knows it is them. Abi? But whatever other thing the other person, I mean, somebody asked me was that Maiyegun, take a look at this in a way. The Igbos are not the only ones in Lagos. There are other people from everywhere all over Nigeria. Why did they think the first suspects will be the Igbos? again, prepare your mind. I am not, I am actually not going to make you decide what you think is right for you, but I'm going to help you to understand what is before you. Okay, when we talk about the vision that they are already working on, I did say that before. I said it is not what we are saying here. It is not what we are doing here. Yeah, that is going to that is going to break up Nigeria. What is going to break up Nigeria is what the criminals who divided Nigeria to this stage, yeah, it is what they do and they continue to do that will eventually push everybody to that precipice, and it is like a ticking time bomb. Okay, so the choice is going to be yours, and you won't actually have to pretend. That's the point. You won't have to pretend that you didn't know. The dog whistle is to start a sort of ethnic, tribal war. I use war because their plot is bloody, is violent, and then it simply means that they can always set the stage. How do you set the stage to start what is called ethnic cleansing, ethnic war or tribal war in eastern Nigeria, in western Nigeria, and at the same time possibly encourage other people all over Nigeria to further target the Igbos? Not because it is in our own interest. That's why I'm saying it to you that we need to continue to, we need to continue to reject these people. Okay. However, they try to blackmail you as a Yoruba man. If you think deeper, if you look deeper, what they are setting the stage for is not something that, if you know very well, you will ever want to be part of. Seriously. From what we know already, listen to this. Because it is Tinubu that is contesting for president. If you are a non-Yoruba person in Lagos and part of Yoruba land, this is not a threat, okay? This is real, and you can make do with it whatever you like, all right? The stage is set to ensure that everyone associated with Obi is going to be called an Igbo. Whether you are even a Yoruba man, okay, you will be called a saboteur, okay? They are going to call you a saboteur, and they're going to treat you the same way they're going to treat the Igbos in Yoruba land as their campaign starts in the next couple of days. Now, this is deliberate, okay? Don't think this is just going to be coincidental or spontaneous or something. No. They are already setting the stage. There are already different of their groups whose main goal is to ensure that, listen to this, the Igbos are already saying that Lagos is no man's land. Yoruba, they want to take over Lagos and the rest of that, and they want to use Obi to do that. They are already spreading that, among many other things that they are spreading on different platforms, WhatsApp and everywhere, okay? And the purpose is to ensure that they spread the fear enough. And whenever something spark somewhere, the reaction that will follow will just be like, have they been waiting before to attack the Igbos? I won't use the word attack now. I can tell you this for free. What they have in stock is this. If Ashiwaju, they are Ashiwaju Tinubu. In fact, let me put it this way. To start with, if you are watching me right now, you know personally, I am not interested in the old charade, but that doesn't mean that I am not affected by whatever is going on or whatever is going to be the outcome of that. Therefore, I can tell you this for free too. If you are watching me right now and you are one of those who are underrating Tinubu and what the stunt it can pull when it comes to this presidency that is after, whether you are thinking that, oh yeah, they are, it's going nowhere. I'm saying this to you again for free. You better think again, okay? If you are one of those who believe that Tinubu is going nowhere, and just like that, he is not, then I'm going to ask you to think again. Because listen to this. Part of their plan is that those they believe as number one enemy of why Tinubu may not be president is not the people of the North, though. Okay? Their number one enemy that they have already put on their table there is the Igbos. That you are Lagosian, that you are born in Lagos, you are raised in Lagos, you are the third generation of Igbos in Lagos, you are their number one target. And what they actually want to do is so specific. Igbo businesses, Igbo properties, Igbos themselves, as you are headed and as you are getting closer and closer to that charade election they are putting together, you are going to sense it. You are going to feel it. I know some of you are saying, if they come, they will meet you. It doesn't really matter, whatever it is that you are prepared for, yeah? It is just what they believe must happen. And again, I am not saying that in a way, you probably won't have your way around it. I actually want to warn you just beforehand. Part of what they are doing is to make sure that, you know, they are in Lagos. They've been in charge of Lagos for a very long time. They have all the demographic map of Lagos. They have all where your businesses are and the rest of them. Now, the message out there among them is that the Igbos are enemies of Yorubas because they are not supporting Tinubu. But as much as, I mean, as dark as this message is to those who have received them, as shocking as they are to some of you who have read some of these messages, yeah, the point here is that these guys are evil. They are dark-hearted. When you see them with that picture of Tinubu and all that, everything around it is dark. And it is so dark that even if you are a Yoruba man, you can be, in fact, killed as well. In fact, you will be killed, not that you can be. Because according to them, it is their turn. And as it is their turn, well, if you are up against that, if you have to leave Yoruba land, then you have to leave. But as dark as their minds are, put it this way, there are Igbos who are already rooting for the same Tinubu. There are Igbos in Lagos, all over Nigeria, who have one group or the other, who have met with him, pledged their support. There are Igbo actors, Igbo actresses, who have pledged their support. But guess what? In their book, whether you are supporting Tinubu or not, whether you are Igbo or you are from Niger Delta Ijo, or you are from any other, you know, if you are from any eastern part of Nigeria or Niger Delta, to them, you are Igbo. And in that regard, it is so bad and so worse, right? So toxic that those who are actually Yorubas are now being asked that if you are not supporting Tinubu, as it is now, it is war. Because they want to be sure that those who are against Tinubu, if they are indeed Yorubas, or they were like fathered by Igbos or murdered by other stuff. So that message is that toxic within their circle. And you don't need to look too much to know that the likes of MC, the likes of, there's this guy in Ogun State. I want to remember his name, but I can't remember his name right away. But anyways, Efele Ijabode. And then you move straight, like you're going straight to, you know, to the Niger Delta part and you stop by in Edo, Benin. They are already empowering Kabaka as well. And this recruitment is all over the place. And as they are recruiting them, they are giving them set agendas. And most of them is that the number one on the table, the Igbos. I don't know how they come by this, but it is what it is. And you don't need to pretend that you are not seeing it. I am a Yoruba man, and I am so kind of, on my own part, I am personally worried for what it is going to be like from the next couple of days. Yeah, that is why you see that MC pushing it to the Igbos for printing stickers in Lagos for Ashiwaju and all of that, and selling same. It is called dog whistle. Okay, dog whistle is to say, oh yeah, fine. I mean, what is wrong in printing Ashiwaju ticket? You say, but that's so wrong that you are now forcing people to buy it. That doesn't make any sense. How are you sure that they are forcing people to? Did you see anybody they force? But you saw that video of these guys. Is that not the only video? I know so many people who have the sticker. They did not pay anything. Some of them paid. That is the character. At the end of the day, we say, I know the Igbo people who have printed some of the stickers who wanted to sell them. I know Igbo people selling them. Now, all those statements, they are called gaslighting, dog whistle. Gaslighting is to say, deviate. Do you get that now? And if you see some of them, let me tell you something as well. There are also some other fraudulent characters too, who have been hibernating. Do you get it now? They have been hibernating with many of us in the last 1-2 years. When you say Yoruba nation, they will say now. But the moment Aṣíwájú àwọn àtọ̀ọ́lé, Aṣíwájú àwọn olè, Tinubu Jaga bandit, the Jaga addict, the Jagaba, Anyway, sorry. The moment they said, he's managed to buy his way, he don't become the candidate of APC, now so people where they shout, break up Nigeria, Yoruba nation. Now so they started catching feelings. Maiyegun, you are a Yoruba man. I don't expect you to be talking like this. I thought you are a Yoruba man promoting Yoruba nation. Why are you saying all of this about Aṣíwájú? Baba? Okay, I thought you are also for Yoruba nation, Abi. Why you they catch feelings for Aṣíwájú? He's a Yoruba man, but Aṣíwájú no support Yoruba nation, okay? So you have been hibernating with us, pretending with all of us. They shout at Yoruba nation, look on Yoruba. It didn't take long, okay? It didn't take long. But they are here too. They are watching me. Maiyegun, I stopped watching that Maiyegun. The moment he started, attacking Aṣíwájú. I supported him because I was watching him because of Yoruba nation. You are watching Maiyegun because of Yoruba nation, right? And the Aṣíwájú àwọn àtọ̀ọ́lé, Aṣíwájú àwọn gbéwìrì, Tinubu, who is promoting Boko Haram, that is killing the Yorubas through the armed Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. Facts. Now you are catching feelings for him because he's a Yoruba man. Ojejewe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dáadáa. Because Nigeria, you see, if it is about to break up Nigeria, I support Yoruba nation. But you see, I can't just look away because of this election. That's why I decided that a Yoruba man would rather support it. You are lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself, okay? There's nothing wrong if you support Tinubu, okay? But don't say, I have been watching Maiyegun because of Yoruba nation. I have been trashing Tinubu for the past 10 years. Do you understand that? Before they conspired to bring in APC, before they brought in Boko Haram, I have been trashing the criminals in Yoruba land who have kept you under the perpetuity of enslavement. I have been trashing them. That is my record. But some of you who suddenly just joined the advocacy for Yoruba sovereignty because of Sunday Igboho everywhere. Sunday Igboho, I love this, I like this, in fact, it's true. And then suddenly, when they couldn't kill Igboho, they exiled him. The rest of you were like that. Yeah, Yoruba nation. Yeah. And today, you don't catch feelings for Tinubu. We're in disguise. So people like me, shouldn't be the reasons why you are not supporting Yoruba nation anymore. We are in disguise for long, Guinea. You see, February will come and it will be gone. Whether na Tinubu na peak, whether na military take over, whether na Kolu, whether na Boko Haram extended this, whatever they do with you, February go come, it go, and I go there here. And I will see how long the feelings you are catching for Tinubu. how long it will last. Weather agitator. They call them weather agitator. So today they are everywhere asking questions. Why are you against Asiwaju, the only Yoruba man in this? I said, but Asiwaju himself is not interested in Yoruba sovereignty. Have you forgotten that was what they lied to you about in 2014? The people who are going to do the copy and paste for Tinubu, they are the same people who put up the lies for you. They put up the lies for you in 2014. Restructuring, state police, good safe border, more ports, jobs, healthcare, education, this and that. 7 years down the line, more of you have dropped out of school because you can't afford the school fees anymore. Those who could afford the school fees have been at home now for the past 7 months because your government cannot pay your teachers, Abi. And those of you who graduated are still walking about without any job. The number of you who are now jobless have now sort of, quintupled, doubled, tripled, quadrupled, quintuple, sextuple, seventuple. Abi, how do you calculate 8.5 million people jobless in 2015? And now you have over 110 million people jobless today. 43% of the population jobless. So is that a progress or what? Or regress? Anyway, so Tinubu and gang who have managed to, be part of the whole thing all along, right? They supported Bokwari. Bokwari is for one Nigeria. Tinubu, who couldn't deliver any of this to Yorubas, after 7 years, you as a Yoruba man, shamelessly, greedily, selfishly, you want to blackmail other people to extend your suffering. And you said it is because it is the Yoruba turn. Èmi ò sọ pé kì í ṣe Yoruba turn o. But the point here is that if it is your turn to shori buruku and the rest of that, stop using Yoruba name for that. Stop using, because that Yoruba you are saying, right? You are not even up to 10% of the Yorubas. Do you understand that now? Those of you who are in that bracket. So, and the way you are pushing it enough is totally on Yoruba, except for those of you vile people who blame other people for what the unfortunateness that has happened to many of you today. You blame that on those who are also victims of a ruined, destroyed Nigeria. So now doing that in the name of Yoruba is why people like us will need to speak up. So when they said they are Maiyegun, I'm like, stop using that emotional nonsense, Jerry. All those things not to they work on people like us anymore. Okay? Whether you are like weather agitator, whether you are like hungry agitator, whichever one you belong to, please remember this. Every time you go out there to speak on behalf of Tinubu, stop saying you are speaking it on behalf of the Yorubas. And I'm saying it to you too. Do not let yourself be misled. Do not let yourself be misled again. Okay? They did it back then. They felt like, we wouldn't notice, but we did notice their culpability and all of that. That has brought us to where we are today. Okay? So when you are done, you will be back. I've told people that. Now, let's go to this of the PDP, people destroying people crisis as well. The Kasala is now going down. Let's start with this. The report of this AIT. A quick one.
With the campaigns for the 2023 general elections in Nigeria set to kick off in the next few days, all is not well with the country's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, as the crisis rocking the umbrella is far from over. In spite of the vote of confidence passed on the Dr. Yocha Ayu-led national executive of the party, these PDP members, sympathetic to the River State Governor Nyesom Wike, insist that Ayu must go. Rising from their meeting held at the country home of Governor Nyesom Wike, the PDP members, who include founding members of the party, governorship candidates, former governors, former ministers, and leaders of the party from across the country, in a resolution read by a former deputy national chairman of the party, Olabode George, say their position is not negotiable as Ayu's continued stay in office undermines the constitution and unity of the party.
Senator Iyorchia Ayu resigns as the national chairman of the party for an acting chairman of Southern Nigerian extraction to emerge and lead the party on the national campaign. Consequently, we resolve not to participate in the campaign council in whatever capacity until the resignation of Dr. Iyorchia Ayu.
They are also accusing Iyorchia Ayu of compromise, especially the role he played during the conduct of the party's May 28 and 29 presidential primary.
For the national chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, to go and embrace Tambuwal, calling him the hero of the convention, which means there was a private arrangement that was done with Tambuwal to shortchange other contestants, including Governor Wike. And here was a referee who now helped one of the sides to score a goal and then blew the whistle that a goal has been scored. This is not what we formed the PDP to do for Nigerians. And therefore, we unequivocally ask that Ayu has to step down.
The PDP members are also quick to point out that their support for Governor Nyesom Wike is not because he lost the presidential primary or because he was not chosen as the vice presidential candidate of the party, but because of equity and justice in the PDP.
You cannot build on a faulty foundation. Therefore, this call for the chairman to step down or resign is not because any of us is aggrieved, but because we believe it is important to ensure a fair structure, a just structure, a principled structure, a constitutional structure for the party. If we want to restructure Nigeria, we should have the courage to restructure our party.
The latest development is surely another setback for the PDP in its quest to win the next general elections in Nigeria. And as the showdown continues, political watchers warn that the party might just be the architect of its own defeat if it fails to put its house together.
We hope that the powers that be will listen to the voice of reason and do the needful.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking their
All of them, the smoke Igbo, that they taking their Wike's voice. Let me tell you about this scheme, all right? Because you can tell that there is no escape. As long as you keep shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, it is like it's like catch-22. There is no escape. Anywhere you run, you are running into something that is not good. That's why most of us are saying that we should build influence. We should build sort of a massive influence within the grassroots, within the people, and uproot all these rogues who are misrepresenting themselves, for example, in Yoruba land, uproot them out of the entire system, right? And then see if living Nigeria is not going to be as easier as you would probably want it to be. I mean, in my own opinion, anyway. Do you get that now? So here is what is going on in PDP again, okay? You know this, that it was the Atiku, Saraki. I'm looking for those who have who had teeth. to bite at the time from PDP, who mobilized the state governors, assembly members, National Assembly members, and everyone from everywhere from PDP to form APC that gave the lifeline, this biting venom to Bokuwari that is biting and stinging everyone now. As you can see, it was them. And the reason why they said they did it was because of zoning, power rotation. Northern Nigeria would do it. Southern Nigeria would do it. Something happened. They couldn't manage it and they had to leave. And then what? They killed PDP. Fast forward to 4 years after that, Atiku, who relocated to Dubai, returned back. It's about structure to them. Structure is the loyalists who have been given things in the past, or those who are benefiting something from their group in the system in the present, and those they have promised to be made bigger or that if they have more influence in government, and all of those people are the structure. So Atiku doesn't really have to, like Tinubu as well, okay? All they need to do is just call the meeting and everybody will assemble. And then they will they will read their own allegiance and all that. And that's it. 4 years after they destroyed PDP out of power, they came back and they took over the party again because they wanted to kick out APC. When that didn't work, right? Atiku returned back to Dubai, enjoying his life. He returned back to Dubai. Then again, fast forward to 4 years again, he's back. This time, he's now meeting a sort of a more, robust PDP, which Wirewike has been funding since 2015. So Wike had a dream, but it was Tambua that first went to him to say he wants to be president. Wirewike said, "Oh, that's fine. I'll support you. In fact, I'll campaign for you." They were good, close friends, according to them. And that was why Wirewike went to town and they started saying, no zoning, nothing like zoning. We should let everybody go to the field. In fact, it's better the power, we get somebody from Northern Nigeria to help us defeat APC. Although he has forgotten that, or maybe he hasn't, or maybe he has forgotten, I don't know. So because of Tambua and his relationship with Tambua, Wirewike, who couldn't remember the Southern solidarity back then, he went on all his own people there in the South, tear them up, all of that stuff. Cut the long story short, on the day of their primaries, Nigeria happened to him. He hasn't recovered since then. Okay? So Atiku emerged. Again, somehow, Wike felt so betrayed and he's been throwing tantrums for the past 2 months or so. Well, in his demand, they wanted Atiku to tell the party chairman to go so that they can put somebody there. But what they are not telling you is that it is not about any chairman, no. That's why I told you that all of you should be very, very careful for beating your chest that Tinubu is going nowhere. I'm not saying this because I want you to see it in a good way, okay? I'm just saying it to you because there are some things deeper there that, I don't know what you're banking on. Obi will surprise everybody and all of that. That's great. I'm telling you free of charge. If you think Tinubu as geje as he is, right? Is probably, a no-brainer. Well, I'll tell you to think again. In fact, think again very, very well this time. So the purpose is just to ensure that they have something in, but their party constitution, PDP constitution says, if Aju goes, then a Fulani man is going to be the PDP acting chairman. That's their constitution. You know that. And then they are saying to everyone that the reasons why they are angry is because since Atiku is from the north, Aju is also from the north, even though Aju is from Benue, okay? and Benue is middle belt, not the north, okay? But they are saying it's from the north. Therefore, this chairman should come from the south. In a nutshell, I don't know what they are pushing, but the point here is now, I mean, I don't know why they are, but the point here now is that, you know, they have pulled out of Atifku's campaign. Atifku released the campaign names of past thieves, current thieves, future thieves, and the rest of those that are shouting unifier, unifier, fire, and the rest of that. So they can't put Were Wike's name as member of. They can't make Tambua the campaign DG, the campaign whatever for Atifku. So I think at that point they just felt like, you know what? Let's go and take Tinubu's deal. Let's take Tinubu's deal. Tinubu's deal is, I'll tell you that too. Were Wike is 100% so sure that, you know, he's going to win the governorship for his own person in Rivers State. Seyi Makinde is also double sure that he has done so well in Oyo that he's also going to get back, okay? So maybe a little help here and there will just make things smoother if they play along with Tinubu. Remember, they have met. Were Wike confirmed it. They met in London. They met in Port Harcourt. In all their meetings, right? The deals they gave to the PDP governors on the side of Were Wike is that all of the APC candidates contesting in those states for governor, right? They are going to be kind of slowed down so that they will allow the PDP, you know, choices to win those states like Rivers states, states like Oyo State. I'm using the two because these two are prominent in all that is going on. They may not have told you that. Oh, you may be hearing me right now. I'm right now and say, "Koto koto welele." Don't worry, it is about to happen now. Okay, because since Atifku, is likely not going to, even if they send their chairman away, okay, at the end of the day, that is not the goal. The goal is to ensure that what they did to Jonathan in 2015, Atifku suffer the same thing, right? In the hands of this weakest rebel. Do you get that now? And they will only do that if they have a deal with the ruling party, APC, Egbe. Same thing, Obasanjo offered AD governors in 2003. Majority of them lost out at the end of the day, okay? So that's the plot. And, you know, like, don't worry, we'll keep you safe. And we'll tell all of you to kind of slow down. So Atifku can forget southern Nigeria, at least as things are now, okay? They say he should forget southern Nigeria because they are not going to be part of his campaign. So Atifku has responded and he said, fine. If that's the case, fine. Ayu is not going anywhere. Because if you remember Saheed Osupa's song, there's this Saheed Osupa song that said, Ikú tó pa ládìyẹ ṣó gbọ́dọ̀ tún pè léwúrẹ́. Ikú tó pa ládìyẹ kò gbọ́dọ̀ tún pè léwúrẹ́. The kind of death, the kind of death suffered by a goat farmer. By a chicken farmer. The way we plotted to kill the chicken farmer, that same style should never really work for a goat farmer. And I'll tell you the story according to that song. According to that song, it was what do you call it? It was the chicken farmer who had a wife, and that chicken's farmer's wife was cheating on him with a goat farmer, and because the goat farmer wanted to marry her, so they conspired with other people and said, "Let us, kill the chicken farmer so that I can inherit his wife." Are you with me? So they killed the chicken farmer. So the goat farmer inherited the wife. So the other night, a cow seller or a cow dealer, now shown interest in the wife of the goat seller. When it was advised on how to do it, they said, we just have to kill the goat farmer if you want to marry his wife. Okay? So how did they kill the chicken farmer? They said, just make sure that if you want him to come out in the middle of the night, go and disturb the cage. He's keeping the fowl, he's keeping the chickens. He's going to come out. When he comes out, we kill him. That's exactly how they killed the chicken farmer. So for the goat farmer, who was part of those who killed the chicken farmer before he married his wife, they said, if you want to kill the goat farmer, disturb his goats, the herd, open the gates and make sure that so he's going to come out. When he comes out, we'll kill him. Then you, the cow dealer, you can marry the wife. So when they came in the middle of the night to the goat farmer's house, they started disturbing, what do you call it? One moment. I have somebody who might probably be distracting my friends in the comment section, especially on YouTube. I found a name, one weary, and I'm not going to possibly just have to mention. Okay, so we'll just have to get him out of there. So if you see another person who is actually there, who is creating any sort of a nuisance, okay, we know them. Let me know. I can get them to watch silently and quietly without disturbing others, okay? So when they came, the goat farmer was like, he remembered how they conspired to kill the chicken farmer. So he chose never to come out. The following day, he started singing, he said, should I experience the same fate like the chicken farmer when I was there, when we killed him? You get what I mean now? So Atifku is like that, goat farmer, okay? Where the Wikis and Co. and Camp, they are asking Atifku to do what they asked, the Northern Nigeria asked Jolantan to do before they cripple him. Do you remember Muazu? How many of you remember Muazu, PDP chairman? When they kicked out their chairman and they brought in Muazu. Ashe Muazu is part of the gang that the Northern Nigeria was going to use to get the power to return back to Northern Nigeria, even within. You remember him? You remember Muazu? So if you see, on Facebook, right, Lagos Abobakus, as suffering and smiling as they are, okay, Facebook seems to have a feature for them. They can be part of this broadcast. They won't see video. They will just be seeing comments. When they see comment, they will be responding comments. It's called the free view or something like that, okay? So on social media, on Facebook, if you see the Lagos Abobaku, these ombudsman slaves and obedient fools, right? Let's leave them there. But if you see any of those wearies on YouTube making any of those, snare remarks and all that, please let me know. I can take care of them from here, okay? They will never show face again. Do you get that? Or at least not until this session is over, okay? So what they did to Jolantan, when the pressure came so high, they told Jolantan that, okay, now that you want to go for second term, and it's supposed to be the Northern Nigerian's turn, we want you to remove the DA party chairman. I think their chairman then was a Bamanga Tuko or something. Abi? Was it Bamanga Tuko? I'm not sure. Do you get that now? So they removed him. They brought in Muazu, who is in on it. Muazu was one of those who first, congratulated the Bokwari. They have the first set of people who told Jolantan that you are on your own. No? As it be, so, you better just do something because as it be, we know they with you. You are on your own. No? The rest they say is history. So Atifku, no one made them play the same game. In play the South. The Southerners are now rebels. With a Wiki and the rest of them pro-one Nigeria for their selfish reasons for the past 7 years, who kept mute and quiet with all this disjointed union. It's not even a union, is it? You get that now? So they kept mute. Now they are rebels who are also going to help APC, Egbekegbe, to revalidate una suffering. Seriously. So we got that, and that is why Atiku now responded. Mba, 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 mba. They say, you must go. He said, mba, babu, mba, babu, like. So what they have to do now is to say, well, I mean, you should forget the southern Nigeria. We are asking you, we are telling you, the only reasons why they want to be president or be this or that is because of it's because of the return that Nigeria gives to them and them only, not you. You can break it up and break the chain, break the slavery, break every other thing. It's not just going to be from Nigeria, it's going to be from the same people who have been shortchanging you for so long. But if you choose or you think doing something again and again and expecting a different result is actually going to be the way out of it, then you better think again, because Nigeria economy don't go. Bafuka, vamos, c'est fini, finished. The inflation in Nigeria is at its worst. Sometimes if you want to really be honest, right, with what they have turned Nigeria into and Nigerians into, some of you watching me right now, Lagos Abobakus, on-boot slaves, obedient, full, sophisticated morons, all of you, Buhari Dins, Buhari Diderins, Buhari Dinotus, Buhari Dijatus, and bandit, social media adsmen, and the rest of you. Your world is collapsing. And you actually think you are doing anybody. You are not doing me. Yeah, thank God, thank God for my life. Sure, you get me now. At least I know rich, I know poor. When I say I know rich, I know poor, it means say I dey middle. And staying in the middle in what life is today, Baba, if you get God where you deserve, you go to thank him. You go to thank him and dance and thank him. You know why I said that? The whole world is experiencing what I don't know, maybe now catastrophic, I don't know. I'm trying to find the right word for it. The whole world is in turmoil. The whole world is in the point I'm making here is this, okay? It is not easy for anybody all over the world. Countries are running into deficit, into debt, into shortages, into inflation. We in the UK, we are facing what is called the cost of living crisis. Are you with me? Cost of living crisis is that if I have to choose if I have to make sure, if I have to eat, or if I have to put the gas in my house, so to make sure that I want to keep warm. Now, that is the kind of poverty in the UK, right? But you see what you have in Nigeria. To explain it to you first, there is no template for it anywhere in the world. To say, oh, it happened somewhere before. No. They are lying to you. Do you understand me now? Okay. Nigeria debt is 42 point official. They say 42.8 trillion. That is 103.5 billion. I mean, $103.5 billion. Okay. You see, the UK, the depth of the UK's debt. This one, I'm not going to use all these economic phrases, so those things can be confusing. So don't expect that. Okay, I'll go explain them to you in a very simple language. Do you get that now? Because economy or no economy, if you get 500 naira for pockets, if the 500 naira could buy you, the meal of, the meal that could feed you for 2 days, and now that 500 naira can no longer feed you for even a single day. Okay, if anybody is throwing about figures, speaking grammar, they are not talking to you. They are trying to confuse you. Okay, now in the UK, the economy as it is, you can say is is sort of kind of a shaky in a way. You know why? Because of the cost of living crisis, which is going to make living normally like this, paying your bills, feeding, and other stuffs like normal people do, right? But even at that, that is not caused by just because UK is borrowing money. Okay, most of this is now caused because UK is relying on some certain essential services goods that UK is not producing, okay? Which means, wherever they are, wherever they are going to be sold is going to be determined by those who are bringing them. This major thing is just gas and petrol. Do you get that now? In Nigeria, right, your government borrowed, they borrowed $103 billion that they squandered, okay? And they borrowed it against your naira. Now, borrowing it against your naira, which has now crashed your naira to what it is today. In other words, right, that simply means every trade you are involved in as a country, holding that your naira, any trade you are involved in, the people that will decide what is the value of that your naira are these people that you are going to be trading with. Okay? Now, in the UK, okay, an average household would at least make over £2,500. Now, £2,500 into housing, into food and the rest of that, or even paying for, paying for your rent and all that. That means, you see that £2,500, it is still the £2,500. The value is still £2,500. The only thing that we steal from that £2,500 is the inflation. And that inflation, you can see, they will say, oh, we now have a 6% inflation. Do you want me to explain what that means, right? For people like us living here, they have increased our minimum wage, by the way, okay? Right? Now, this can of juice, let's say in January, we were buying it for 50 pence. 50 pence. Now, when this inflation hits us as it's eating us right now, this can is now being sold for 79 pence. Do you see the difference? 29 pence increase. It's still not like going to be up to £1. You get that now? Now, as they are selling a can for 79 pence, there's going to be another option where you can get it for that same 50 pence in a different kind of packs and all of that stuff, okay? Now, this same thing happens to every other simple things we buy. Now, what does that mean? That simply means that if I go to the shop, for example, and I normally spend, let's say, £200 on groceries for the family. Because of this economy that we are in the UK now, that same grocery is now costing me, instead of £200, it's now costing me about £222. That means I'm spending more, £22 more. Okay. Now you see that £22 on my grocery, that can be for all other things as well. That is the inflation we are facing. Okay. Meanwhile, on your own part, as your job, your money is still your money. The value of your money is still your money. In Nigeria, when you are buying this can of juice for 50 naira in January, okay? So today, and this happens every week, by the way, today, that can of juice could be sold for 200 naira a can. Now, that is like what you used to buy 4 cans. You will use that to buy just 1 can now. So let me give you another example. You were buying a bag of rice for 7,500 naira, right? If I'm coming back to that. Look at this can of juice. When I came to this country, a can of Iron Brew, this juice was, if you want to buy it in shop, single, it was 49 pence 10 years ago. 49 pence. If you go to shop today, you are going to buy it for 69 pence a can. If you are buying a single can, 69 pence. 10 years after I came to the UK, it has increased by 20 pence. 10 years. 7 years ago, a bag of rice was 7,500 naira, right? So today, a bag of rice is 35,000 naira. Despite the local production that they are, talking about, right? That didn't help. I'm using that as an example as well. But you see, when I came to this country 10 years ago, the minimum wage in this country back then was somewhere around £6, 50 pence. £6, 70 pence or so. 2012. Today, the minimum wage in the UK, right, is over £9. Okay? So that means in space of 10 years, an hour, you now have an extra, about extra £4 to what it used to be. So which means, as this can increase by 20 pence, my salary already also increased. My earnings expected to increase. It doesn't mean that it's going to be enough to what it is I'm going to need eventually. But as they are increasing in bits, mine is also increasing. Do you get that? So in 2014, 2015, a bag of the minimum wage in Nigeria was 18,000 naira. And an exchange rate between the naira and the dollar back then was 199 naira to a dollar. Today, a bag of today, a bag of rice, which is somewhere around 35,000, between 35 and then 40,000 naira. The minimum wages has been increased to 30,000 naira. Okay, so now see the shift. In 2015, when minimum wage was 18,000 naira, somehow, you could buy a bag of rice from your salary. Do you know that? 7,500, and you still have some money. Today, the minimum wage is 30,000 naira. A bag of rice is 35,000 naira. So your minimum wage cannot even pay for a bag of rice. 7 years after that. Now that is the economics. Okay? So every other thing can follow as you have experienced or are experiencing them every now and then. All of this, right, have no clearer end in sight. You know it. They can only promise you this, promise you that, do this, do that, and all of that. They can say everything to you. But the pointers are there. They have ruined and wrecked the economy. I mean, I know some of you probably feels like Peter Obi has a miracle to perform, and therefore you have something to show them. And I think Obaseki believes you too. He has something to say that I'm going to share concerning what Nigeria has become and how the power that be probably are not prepared for what is coming. Listen to him.
All of you, I am sure, are watching developments in the country very, very closely, particularly the evolving political developments. One thing is becoming clear. Nigerians are now getting fed up with government and the people who represent them in government. And you can see that in their reactions on social media and where passions and emotions are headed. So for us as government, and representatives of our people, I believe we will be hurting ourselves a lot if we fail to ignore these changes that are occurring and believe that things are still the same. That we've seen it before, where the ones are here. Government is for government and the people in government. We will all be shocked as we begin to see. I think democracy is maturing, and people are now beginning to realize that they need that They demand a lot more from the people in government and the people who have responsibility to manage their resources, their collective resources. And thanks God to technology, thank God to what's happening in the rest of the world, they are going to demand. People are going to go out and vote their interests. Nobody, let's not kid ourselves. Nobody, no political party today can, thump their chest and say, next elections, we will have clear victory. Because people are watching. The only reason why people will leave their homes to come and vote is because there's a reason for them to. It's either they are voting against something or they are voting for something. If they have not benefited, they are not likely to come out there to even show interest. So,
talking about when people will react and what is going to follow, he also had this to add to it as well.
We're shifting from that worldview where it was all about talk, about hype, about creating a myth, and then try to go and justify it in the polls by doing all sorts of magical things. It is not possible again. From people who ask, what have you done for us lately? That what you promised us, you did not deliver. Our road has not been done. Look at floods, how it's ravaging us, and you want us to vote for you? You think we are fools? That's how people are going to react. And nobody will be spared. So the politician gets kicked out of office if they feel that he hasn't performed. The new group of people will come in. They will not spare the civil servants either. They will put pressure on them. We are fortunate in Edo that we have laid out a roadmap. We saw this coming and we anticipated it. But the challenge we're having is we're having a lag effect. Many people still don't believe and are not pulling their weight as they should. They still think that we have time, that things will happen the way they've always done.
Give that to him, okay? He's always going to speak his mind, but there is more to that. He knows that even though they said that do not be Lagos, one thing is certain of is that there is something brewing that all of us can see, whether for blind this or whether for the right that or whatever view. They are about to, something that you've never really seen before is about to happen, and the end goal or the end result of it, even those who have seen more, or should we say more challenges than this in the past, they're going to tell you that we've never seen anything like this before, because a divided, polarized country, courtesy of APC, Egbekegbe, is about to witness the 7 years or 8 years of their misrule, their ruin, their destruction, and every other thing they've done to you. So the people, they are just about to feel it. Now, that is not going to completely be your own making, even if you have been in their pants all this while, in the bed and all that with them. But the thing here is that it is going to touch everyone this time around. Trust me. Economically alone is enough for this elite, the political class and the rest of them, to lose everything in a single sweep. Okay? And with what Nigeria is currently pointing, I will advise you, okay? Be prepared as always, because even them have no idea where this is going to end. You shouting Iwolokon, you may end up shouting Egbamile in Togo, in Benin Republic as a refugee, with what they are already cooking. You are not prepared for that. You are shouting Emilokon now. Continue. I just hope you will have the strength to shout and scream and cry. Egbamile, help me, sir, help me, ma. Because what they are building and brewing, none of them is for a united Nigeria. Or if you haven't been paying attention, or if you have been part of those who have been in bed with them, so far so good, you are destroying yourselves. You don't see it now. I told person that I'm nobody's enemy. Don't see me as your enemy. Oh, why did you hate? If I don't hate anyone. In fact, if you are looking for somebody who should be your best of the best pal, that should be Maiyegun. But it's so unfortunate that that is going to cost you the slavery chain that they currently put over you. But if you are willing to drop that, then I'll be your friend, and you would never regret that. They won't manipulate you. They won't lie to you. They will not give you this false hope that has turned many of you to zombies, lunatics that don't even know their left from their right. And that's why I said that wherever your choice is right now, just make sure that you understand them very well. One of them is this: self-destruct. It is called, if you ask me. Over 19 million out of school children in Nigeria. Oh dear. In 7 years, story alone. Do people actually really think or reason at all? All these 19 million children, they are the future criminals that are going to indeed make life miserable for you, miserable for your children, miserable for everything that you hold dear. You don't think, because your criminal leaders have made it impossible for you to think and think right. Self-destruction, we call it. In a way, we have 19.8 million out of school children. Do you get that? Children that are supposed to be in school, but they are not. But Nigeria is losing over $2 billion to oil thieves. Do you think ordinary man can steal crude oil and put it and load it on vessels and then sail out of Nigeria every day? 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are living in a Kabbalized Nigeria, controlled by gangs, militant cabals, and the rest of them. And you are just there waiting, what do you call the waiting victim, so to say, if you haven't been caught up in it already. 19.8 million children out of school because they cannot, their parents cannot afford to send them to school, or they don't even have parents at all, and the system has abandoned them. Up north, they've turned them to Almajiri. Down south, they are being, trafficked all over the world, being sold off. Many of them like that. Out there, right there, just right in your faces. 23 years of democracy, for goodness sake. 23 years ago. Many of you never got the opportunity to get a real education. 23 years after that, look at you today. Grown-up adults, nearly. And I mean, nearly a man, or should I say, well, you're already a man. 23, that's massive. Yeah? They have no plan for you. And here we are. We are going to take 19.8 million of them to the future. And you are complaining about Boko Haram, ISWAP, complaining about kidnappers, complaining about this and that, in a system that they deliberately made so. So you should probably drop that hypocrisy at this point and stop lying to yourselves. They are failures, stare them in the face. But many of you, because of waiting you on a one chop, or waiting on the chop, or waiting you the dream of chopping, chop, you ended up, covering up things that are going to later come back to haunt you. So I've advised before, and I'm going to do it again just before I wrap it up tonight. I have my reasons for saying that if you love Nigeria, okay, at this point, the ideal thing is to support the breakup of the contraption. It is for your own good, okay? So every now and then, when we talk about all these things, it is not a competition. I've told you many times, this is not a competition, okay? I used the UK, where I live, as an example all the time, okay? In the UK, we have 4 countries, 4 nations, okay, that make up the Great Britain. And you know them. They are Scotland, where I live. There is England, there is Wales, and Northern Ireland. These 4 nations makes up the Great Britain. And they have their own, they have their own laws, they have their own economy, they have their own system. We all have our system in a way that there are those that are universal, There are those that are indeed regional. One of the pride I love about them is their money. You see, Scottish money. This is our 20 pounds. I keep sharing that most of the time. I'm sorry if this is too bright. I don't know if you see it, right? Now, this is a Scottish pounds as part of Great Britain, okay? Now, this 20 pounds is the same value of any of the English pounds you come across out there. I don't think I have any of the English here, right? Now, if you see 20 pounds, whether English, Irish, or Welsh, or Scottish, in this union, every one of them carries the same value as it is. In Nigeria, yeah, if everyone is allowed to run their affair as it should be, right? There are not just the currency. I use currency just to let you know how strong the agreement was for Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and then England to continue to coexist to this day. The ones that so many people are, in fact, campaigning to end as well. So there is mutual respect, regard, and all of that stuff concerning the indigenous people of these nations that make up the United Kingdom. That doesn't exist in Nigeria. You are lying to yourself with one Nigeria, this, one Nigeria, that. Meanwhile, you are putting targets on your backs. Whenever opportunity presents itself, you don't waste time in slaughtering yourselves. You don't waste time, do you? So if you want that respect, if you want that normal life, I mean, let everybody handle their own affairs. You don't need to wait for somebody from Kano or Sokoto, from anywhere, okay, before decisions that has to do with the whole region of a people is decided. You get what I mean now? And nobody can use any tribe, ethnic, or whatever to in any way truncate any of our own set goals and development as a people. You as a young person, that should be more important to you than whatever they are promising you. In Abuja. Anyway. So, Nigeria that has, in a way, continued to ensure that the best brains, people who could contribute to our health sector, to our healthcare, to our education, those who could contribute to our own, even our own local content, infrastructural development, and all of that. Majority of you, if you're not riding Okada right now, you are probably on your way, or if probably you have left already. They are kicking the best of our own people out of Nigeria because of lack of the opportunity. Those who stayed back, they are staying back, going through the hell to keep the broken system, to keep it together in their little way until probably they are tired and they will be away too, right? So that system that allowed that, it's not a system that you should in any way be proud of or be ready to fight or tear anybody down for. But it is Nigeria, you know, your food comes first. Most of you, your stomach comes first. Some of you even have money, but you're so scared of what poverty will be like since you thought you escaped poverty through the opportunity that political office has given to many of you, right? Now, to even like dream of you losing all of that by doing the right thing, is so scary that you rather keep this Nigeria together, and just sink with it.
ìyá ti fẹ́ fọ́ orí anybody, ebi ti fẹ́ lu ayé wọn fọ́, ebi ti yà wọ́n ní wèrè.
So we just want to remind you that when you make all those decisions, right, they are not limited to you. There are people who are not part of that. I am one of them. But the consequences of all your actions are not limited to you, okay? So UK is in debt, but my brothers and sisters, that doesn't have any effect on my life. I can live very well, drive my fancy car, fuel my car, take my kids to wherever I want to, even support people, family back in Nigeria. I do all of these things conveniently. Do you understand what that means? It simply means that those who probably borrowed in the name of the UK people, they invested that same money here. Why you, your own leaders, who goes all over the world, using your children, using your lives and your existence to borrow money. When they get the money to Nigeria, what do? They repackage them, put them in their private jets, and they fly them back here to the UK, all over the place. Even when you are sitting down there and say, hey, how much is the debt of America? So are you comparing the life you are living in Nigeria, indebted, impoverished Nigeria? Are you comparing that with the life of the Americans? Are you? Or are you comparing your life in any way with those living in the UK as well? Okay. I know some of your uncles who live abroad who continue to tell you that some of you, your life is cheaper in Nigeria. Your life is better in Nigeria. You see, abroad is very, very hard. Abroad is very, very tough. You need to pay your rent. Those of you who bought those lies, and many of you are freeloaders, pickpockets, people who feels like somehow, they should just sleep and wake up rich. And then since that is not happening, messages like that will make sense to some of you idiots, okay? You see those your uncles and aunties who told you, who are telling you in Nigeria, that you see abroad is not easy. They are all suffering. After they pay their rent, they don't get any money again. There's nothing left and all of that stuff. Ask them, why haven't they returned back to Nigeria? Abi? Abroad no easy, abroad no easy. You humbled slaves, obedient fools, in your own slum, in that shitty slum that they have delved into, Abi, in that life of hardship, life of slavery that you are witnessing there, they are telling you are still better. Don't answer them. I don't think everybody where they are abroad. Now, the question you should ask yourselves is this: how come they haven't returned back to that cheap life you are living, that best Nigeria? That if they will tell you, they will say, hey, if you take out electricity and you take out security and all these things, there's nothing abroad. Most of these people abroad, they are suffering. You think say abroad, you say are suffering. We see them, all of them here in London. They are hungry. How come those who are telling you that? How come they are still abroad? 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. And you, the mumu in you, say, thank you, my sister. Oh, thank you. I told them, I said, even abroad, there's this brother. He's been abroad for the past 10 years. If you see him, mama no get you. Share that one too abroad. Even me that I'm here, I thank God for my life. Anyway, I thank God for my life. At least I'm not abroad. I'm doing better. You are not doing better, my brother, my sister. You are not. And that person telling you that nonsense, tell them to come back and live in a cheap Nigeria. It's so cheap to live there. And they are telling you that if you take out electricity, why don't you say, if they give us electricity, I know go abroad. Why didn't they say that these people should give you electricity, so that at least the only thing that is abroad is electricity? Oh yeah, give them electricity if you think it is about electricity, Abi. They should say they should give it to you. But you be mumu. They call other people mumu. You think say you they wise? They never tell you say you be mumu. They are abroad. They are telling you about abroad. Meanwhile, you, codedly, you are praying to God. May they give you that visa. It's true, Jare, my sister. Thank you, Jare, my brother. Thank you. I told them everything abroad. All these people abroad. What is abroad? What is in that abroad, self? But everywhere they look for where they do giveaway. Bros, do giveaway. Bros, urgent 2K. Bros, God don't bless you for abroad. I mean, you do okay where you do. But when it is the time for you to also experience what many of them are experiencing abroad, the good parts, they tell you don't deserve that. Continue suffering. Don't worry. Suffer. Continue suffering, Jare. Don't worry. You are born to suffer. So thank you, Jare, my sister. I told them, we are born to suffer. They are talking about abroad. Share abroad. They know they suffer for abroad. All of us, where they suffer for Nigeria. Share we get to it. What is even there in suffering? So what is even there? Are they not suffering abroad too? You want to suffer? Anyway, I'm just saying all of this just to let you know that you be mumu. And if it is working on you, it is good for you then, okay? Enjoy it. Just know that no matter all of you, no matter what you are doing right there, just know that the consequences of your actions are not limited to you alone. Some of us are even better off. I thank God for mine. I thank God for my life. Okay. And then to what I have, managed to do for myself as well. In the process, what I'm also able to do for other people as well. But in this case, if you want to really show it that you love Nigeria, look at me very well. Look at me. Yeah. If you want to show that you love Nigeria very well, you are going to join the advocacy for the peaceful dissolution of the contraption that nobody agreed to. Go and think about that. Okay. I'm going to take calls, and then I'll take just a few calls, and we will call it a night. Okay. So, but before then, let me make myself a cup of tea. I've been drinking juice. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, sir.
Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for holding back, You know Shettima, I just had to grab another can of juice.
Yeah, this is the first time in 3 years.
First time in 3 years. I'm glad I told you to stay on the line because I could have missed you.
I'm telling you. I'm speaking from Canada. My name is Kola Olatubosan. Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Go on.
I'm speaking from British Columbia in Canada.
Canada. British Columbia.
Yeah, thank you for the enlightenment program.
Thank you, sir.
And I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So your program, Mama, make sure we try as much as I can. Let's make sure we link up anytime you are on program. This is the first time ever because you guys are 8 hours ahead of us. So sometimes Mama miss the real time. So Mama the program here, So
I think 8 p.m. I think it's around the 4 p.m. Anytime or thereabouts.
Yeah, no. 8 p.m. is like about 12 noon.
Oh, is that far back?
Like,
wow.
8
so that's
hours,
like
8 hours,
12 hours. Nearly 4. Hang on. Yeah. That's nearly 8 hours away, apart. Yeah.
Yeah, we are 8 hours behind.
Wow. Thank you very much for even telling me now. Now I know better. So imagine when I go live, some of you are probably in the office. Some of you are probably just getting on your break. Now I get it.
Exactly. Like now it's about just 2 p.m. And I think it's 10 in UK. You know?
It is 10 p.m. here. You're right. Nearly 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm true, sir. So thank you so much, sir. So,
I just want to thank you for the good job. We are behind you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Sir. God bless you. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for the support all the time. That is Alagba. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think you're speaking to someone else, right?
No, I'm done. That's you and I now talking. That's the person. The broadcast is delayed for about 3-4 seconds. So sometimes you probably.
Oh, okay. So, Maiyegun General Agbao.
What happened?
Agbara is for Joe, Baba. Calm down for them, Wabego. Calm down for them. You know, like, Baba. No, because Baba, if we talk the real way it's supposed to be, we say, I don't call you, I call you at 6 last week.
Right.
And any reasonable person will go to vote for ratified, articulated, Baba.
Obedient, I think pronounced everywhere already.
Nobody. First thing first, you say, I know saying that Yoruba nation you want. So the term very structured me. Come Jesus, I can't not be telling. Because the president has advice, nothing will happen. Nothing. Because don't be military area. You will become president. Move full National Assembly. Criminals.
Said, Baba, you know what somebody said? The reason why when we say restructuring is dead, there's nothing on it. You know why, sir? You know what somebody said? They said, in all truest sense of it, you can't restructure a country in a democracy. Because in a democracy, right? If to say the people were the ones who choose democracy themselves, all this idea of structure and all of that would have been put into it, including constitutional. Now, none of them was put in place.
Yeah,
so if you want to say, oh, we need this, and we want it to be our choice, then they will say, no, okay, your people don't agree, Abi. Now, you need to put it at the National Assembly.
Of Nigeria.
They will now send it to all over
Nigeria. To State House of Assembly.
To State Assembly, to National, everywhere. Now, if all of them says no, then everybody will be like, status quo remain. Because
what you want them talk. You don't talk on person where they're hungry, where you look say it just be like somebody see like your younger brother now or your nephew or somebody where they support Tinubu. If you tell them say, Baba Kilorino guy, just give me one reason why he should be president. You don't go say anything talk.
Nothing really.
But you go say they abuse you, say our local. Okay, but why so much Tinubu? No reason.
Have you not been asked that before?
Like say person the mad. Shake kilo before my body. Yeah, shake kilo before Bokini.
Like
for real, man.
Nigeria one Nigeria but Owundi before you
gbogbo lórí Africa ló lọ síbẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Lọ́wọ́n tó kó wa lẹ́rú. So you can use it as an example being pé ọmọ àwa o. Make I tell you, Baba, I watch one documentary that they interview one British boy. No be boy o, na guys. They made them return those things with them. Yes, the things with them steal from Benin. They made them return them back. The guy said that one no go dey possible. Say how they go return them? But wanna kill them now. Yeah, he said that one no be the issue.
Make I tell you something, Baba. Make I tell you something. You see this, me as a black man from Yoruba land, Africa and all that, to me, all those things where they put in their museum everywhere, including the gold, the diamond, everything, they then stole them from the colonies. Then control. But do you know something? I have been living here in the last 10 years. Do you know that what they actually tell people here in the UK is that all those things, they were gifts of a mutual relationship and friendship. So that some of those things, you get that? Like in this country, now waiting to tell them that. So if you see any British that's like, why are you angry? Why are you so upset? And you are like, they killed our forefathers. They stole our, they will say, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't steal it.
Make a differ to them, or make a differ to the British people. Now waiting, I know. Now waiting, I know some Nigerians should do. Now waiting and do. Then give them, nobody want.
You want to make a surprise to another one before you add everything, Baba. Make a surprise to another one, eh? You know what? You know their defense for slavery, eh? When people say they should pay reparation for what do you call it, slavery, they say who we go pay. They say who we go pay. Share the people, we capture their people, put them for cage, build cage for the next area, next to sea, waiting for us to come and buy. Are they the people that we have to pay? Or the people then capture? You know what I mean, Baba? Continue.
I understand. Make I even break it down. Make I break it down into Nigeria. Nigeria alone. When we grew up in the 80s or early 90s too, they go tell you say a part of the country they even letting go or more dowa. So we with the south. If your mama gets more money, one person, 1 year,
made them go and bomb. They are good for us.
I don't want to mention. You don't say you get power.
Because we
I don't want to mention. They go say this is not be black to black. This is Nigeria to Nigeria. They go say that they go Calabar. Even Yoruba to Yoruba, one lot of kishi. Like so, blame why is not to blame Baba. Now the same, now slavery be everything on everything as slavery.
They know they pay the kids, they know they pay anybody. You serve them, you talk of the abuses that they suffer and all of that stuff. This is black to black, truly.
Black to not even black to black, Niger to Niger.
Niger to Niger.
Yoruba to Yoruba. Yoruba to Yoruba. Òun lọ kì í ṣe lọ́mọ mi yàn wá kó wá ṣọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ fún ọmọ tiẹ̀. Ọmọ tó bá tọ́lé ni òun náà ló máa pọ̀ ọmọ tiẹ̀ lọ́la. It is what it is. Baba Maiyegun, I let other people talk about it.
Thank you so much, Baba, for stopping by. I appreciate that. Nice one.
Yes.
So that's a brother from the US as well. I have another person on the line. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, TJ from Boston, sir.
TJ from Boston.
Yes, my brother.
About Ikpego, Alpha.
I've been busy, no bad.
But it's good to hear from you anyway. So, how are you, Baba?
Yes. In fact, I've been watching every program. Not that I missed, even if I missed it,
I know.
I keep. Even my cousin in LA, we all usually discuss your program.
Thank you.
That if only Calabani, like 20 of you want to say the same thing almost every day, right? Maybe I have to conscientize a lot of people.
More
because problems are in Nigeria, like so. A few good men low in Nigeria. A lot of people that could then few good ones like you, like Fela, I want to man talk in sense.
And thank enough that you are saying it to me when I'm still alive. Not when I'm gone. They will say, man, I was one of those who hated that guy, man, and he's dead now. Everything, you know what I mean? So thank you for saying that.
Exactly. Yes, we have to start recognizing and honoring people like you, because thanks, generation I believe you are the same generation. Act our parents watch Nigeria from 1960. Bell I want to announce my act.
I mean, I keep telling people, it is the reality. Look around you. Stop promise one future. Is this the future they promise us? This is it.
In fact, me and my own parents, story around Nigeria, I'm most of the time simply because a new child change mentality, have old mentality, especially in tomorrow, Nigeria, Angua, Yoruba. Oluomo ṣe free education rather than kan dúró sórí irú system kan dẹ̀ maintain ẹ̀. Yorùbá region
kò di bí gbàtẹ́ pé ó ti di tradition wa gan sẹ̀ wá gbọ́ kò sí ó jẹ́ military anything o don't tackle their free education system o they will fight you by anything o don't touch it o but irọ́ ni àwọn gan ló rún yìí náà àwọn product free education náà dà dẹ̀ ń rí yìí o àwọn ni commissioner minister honourable all these thieves and here and there o are they not?
Because they know when you are educated, you will be able to challenge them.
That's the purpose.
So, bá wà educated wà. Tí fi ẹ̀mí tó tún dẹ́rù bà mí nìyẹn. Over, okay, gbogbo àwọn tá a kàwé tá a lè sọ máa gbọ́ra àwọn ayé báyìí. Ṣé 20% population Nigeria. Now, why imagine àwọn tó tẹ̀ kàrà tí wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ tán lè question tán tẹ̀ mọ bí government ṣe ràn. Even ẹni tó kàwé mi ò mọ bí government ṣe ràn.
At all.
Because kò sí quality education mọ́ wọ́n kàn mọ́
bàbá aláwọn èèyàn wa ò believe pé ìjọba lè wà kó má ní kọ́bọ̀ kó má lówó wọn ò believe ẹ̀ how come ṣọmọ iye owó tíjọba ní ni ṣọmọ iye kan tó ń pè government ni wọn ò mọ̀ wípé ó possible they don't pé wọ́n lè jíjọ́ kọ́ báyìí o kí gbogbo náírà tẹ́ ń rí yẹn káwọn máa dá sórí títì báyìí kọ́ máa dánú síta báyìí.
Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn kan Zimbabwe gbogbo àrígbọ́yé fi pé náírà wọn ò ní value mọ́.
Àwọn ti Nàìjíríà ò kí ń believe ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà kì í believe nǹkan until tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tán.
Venezuela wọ́n fi owó wọ́n fi káàṣì billions ni worth of bread ní Venezuela ń sìn billions bí inflation wọn ṣe wọ́n fi owó wọ́n fún owó hun báàgì ń sìn nígbà tó ti tí ò ní value mọ́ wọ́n ń da owó títí paper money.
Wọ́n bá owó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ pathway báyìí ní táwọn èèyàn dowó nù.
Àwọn èèyàn kò mọ́ because kò ní value. One trash paper wọn ní Venezuela like epo làwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ láì lórí o tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ epo. Venezuela is one of the top exporters of crude oil in the world. Means ṣe epo wọn ti bàjẹ́ bí kò sí nǹkan ayé wọn ti bàjẹ́ mọ́ gbogbo bẹ̀. Now the same thing máa ṣe fún wa. Now ọ̀gbẹ́ni tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹ̀ mo ti máa ń sọ kí nìyẹn ti fẹ́ culture servitude culture ká máa fèèyàn ṣẹrú ó mọ̀ ní àárín àwọn èèyàn dúdú. Kọ́ máa pe ọmọ pé ó wá kọ́ṣẹ́ mechanic 2 years òun ló máa fọṣọ ọ̀gá òun ló máa róúnjẹ fún un kò tí ì ní mọ bó ṣe ń tún fánà.
ló máa ṣe back and forth.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ lásán fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹlòmíà máa lu ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ bí ẹni pé ìgbà ẹrú tó ń ṣe ní Amẹ́ríkà gbà wọ́n lu ọmọ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So I do not understand why we are like that. Òótọ́ ni ṣé gbọ́n pa ogun kan pé wọ́n ja major war fún ìdàtọ̀ sí nǹkan ṣe ń sìn táwọn women tí wọ́n jà ní Agodi ní Benin transform resistance mélòó la gbọ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pé ẹ má wàá kó àwọn ọmọ wa ń bí o. Kò sáwọn fún ọ lọ́wọ́ ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa fún mi.
Àwọn gan ni wọ́n ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa lọ fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Wọ́n ṣe trade ni àmọ́ àwọn tó sì wà tó jẹ́ family prominent tó
orúkọ àwọn ológun ẹrú kìíní kan gbá kìíní kan àwo ó ti yẹn sì tó yẹ pé owó ẹ̀sà nígbà tí mo ń ka history end of slave trade yẹn àti bí àìmọye àwọn African kings slave traders bó ṣe di pé ó dùn wọ́n gan ó yẹ yín sìn ìkanra yẹn lọ wọ́n ta gbogbo àwọn ẹrú tó lè tà ní bí kéèyàn ta odindi èèyàn oyè kẹ bí tó yẹ kẹ ti gba bí 20 naira lórí èèyàn kan oyè yín sì ká kó bí èèyàn bí 5 ẹ gba 20 naira bẹ́ẹ̀ já máa kó wọn lọ wọ́n kàn rú gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa yẹn wọ́n kàn rú gbogbo ó di South America ni ó di gbogbo àwọn ọ̀nà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó ti yẹn.
èèyàn kan nígbà tẹ́mi náà kà wọ́n ń fún èèyàn 100 á fi gba mirror á fi gba gunpowder.
nígbà tó di pé ó ti kùtà àwọn òyìnbó ò rà mọ́ àwọn tó dẹ̀ lè ra wọn ọ̀nà ibi tó ń kó wọn lọ ó ti ń sìn wọn tẹ̀lé kí ẹ ṣáà kó wọn ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ máa kó wọn lọ èèyàn tọ́kó sí kéèjì létí omi ní gbogbo Áfíríkà.
ṣé kò ń ṣe kọ́ọ̀sì kìíní yẹn lóyìn bá wa jà tó yẹ pàwọn gan máa faragbá òun ló ń faragbá yìí ọ̀nà àwọn tó bá ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà o. I can't believe that because mentality yẹn ò change bọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn débi pé wọ́n á lè call out injustice wọ́n á lè call out ìwà àbàjẹ́ báwo làwọn èèyàn ṣe máa lajúlẹ̀ tẹ mama ta ọmọ òyìnbó ò ṣe rí wọn ta ara kan lẹ́rú ní modernity òyìnbó mélòó lẹ rí ìran ẹ̀ láfíríkà báwa lọ mú wọn lẹ́rú wá síbí àwọn wọ thousands of miles lórí ọkọ̀ onígi tó ń ṣe
ọkọ̀ pákó tó ń ṣe ọkọ̀ propeller jésù la ọkọ̀ pákó gbágimọ́gi gbogbo ẹ̀ gbogbo dínú omi àgbàlagbà.
tẹ́nìkan bá jó kọ́kọ́ gbẹ́ ìṣòsì ó máa rìn ní etí bábìsì bàdágìrì yẹn wọn ò ní lè padà kọ́kọ́ gbẹ́ ìṣòsì ó rìn ní ọdún yẹn lọ́hùn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
tó nílé bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe sọ́mìnà òótọ́ ni o àwọn èèyàn collaborate àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ta àwọn kúrú now ẹ wá wọ́ndà báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń tì tiwa. now bíbù dọ́là níbi àwọn kan ò ní èdúdú bí èèyàn.
ẹ nà.
of course because the truth is wọ́n ṣì rí ohun tá à ń ṣe fúnra wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
ṣe ń treat ara wa still.
With the help of the internet àwọn people okay ẹ pariwo òyìnbó colonialism àtìgbàdẹ́sìgbà independence so òyìnbó ló tún ṣì ń fa sting yìí ni.
òyìnbó là ń sọ parapara neo-colonialism neo this and that but síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ tábà tí wọ́n fẹ́ lé àwọn èèyàn tó represent wọn tó fi ń kó wa lẹ́rù yẹn àwọn ènìyàn wá dẹ́rẹ́ sí pé àwọn èèyàn tí gbogbo wọn ń pè ní leader ni wọ́n so tó bá ti mélé ìwà gbọ́ o ò ní respect ni ṣó lágbàlagbà ń lé ni ṣó lè bá bàbá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ò dáa bọ̀ ṣóhun nìkan ló ń ṣe ni ibi tẹ́tí wọn yẹn gbà pé àwa ara wa là ń ṣe ra wa.
God bless you àní ṣe ẹ̀rọ tó pé mo ní even my own parents a máa ń gbà wọ́n máa sọ fún mi pé wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ pàgbàlagbà ní ẹ má máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ àgbàlagbà ò lè wrong ká má kọlu ẹ̀ out. Age is nothing. Kábíyèsí táwọn ọmọ ṣe kábíyèsí tó ní dìde lọ sí police cell kó lọ gba àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti lé ọ̀dọ́ sí kí láti ṣe àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti mú innocently ọlọ́pàá fi ń jẹun tọ́pọ̀ máa tì mọ́ tẹ̀ kí kábíyèsí máa ṣe
kábíyèsí lọ́bẹ̀ kó lọ dúró fún ọ pé eléèlé ẹ mọ̀ ní authority yẹn náà lọ títí jàǹdùkú ló máa ń gbà wẹ̀ jàǹdùkú.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni injustice angle yẹn lásán tẹ̀ lọ́lẹ̀ tí a kábíyèsí ò ní gbà o ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa kó àwọn ọmọ ẹni àwọn méjì area yẹn àwọn tó tà pé leader wọ́n á ti máa bá wa fẹ́ǹsì àwọn ìwà ìbàjẹ́ kéékèèké á ti wá di culture pé tàbá rí kábíyèsí tó ń ṣe gbogbo yẹn.
Look at it, Baba. Another call, yeah? Thank you so much for stopping by, yeah? Amen, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So I think that's a princess, I think. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Oh, princess. Good evening, Ekale.
Baba. Ekale, Kakara.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. So I have kept our conversation till Saturday, when I believe that you probably will have something to share with us. Okay. So
no problem.
Yeah, I'm still going to say thank you to you, but I'm going to keep it till Saturday because I know you have a lot you have to share with us then. But for tonight's conversation, Princess, about Darcy.
Yeah, it is a very simple one. But I saw something today, yeah?
Right.
Oh, they were a bit disheartening. And because tí àwọn Oluomo bá lè jáde, yeah?
Yep.
Tí aṣíwájú ò tí ìwọ ọ́fíìsì. Tí rádaràda MC pọ̀ tó yẹn tó ń ṣẹlẹ́yà, you know? Because èèyàn tó bá jáde báyẹn ìwọ ló lè respect ọkọ lè express ara ẹ dáadáa ọ̀rọ̀ òtún dá ṣáká lẹ́nu àwọn tètè gbọ̀yàn lẹ́nu ẹ ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ ẹ lẹ́nu Yorùbá gan lọ́mọ wèrè lẹ́nu wèrè kọlà sóhùn náà.
ẹ nà ó ẹ rí ni Yorùbá gan ò clear lẹ́nu ẹ náà kò já gere kan náà.
Yorùbá wọn tó bá ti tètè gbọ̀yàn lẹ́nu ọmọ rádaràda tatata tó ló máa ṣe.
ṣé tòótọ́ nìyẹn ṣá.
Àdánwò ni mo ń bú ni o kò ń ṣe tòótọ́. Mo ń fi sáì bú ni.
Mo fọ́ mi ni o.
Mo ń bá èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ ní site lẹ́nìí. man yẹn kàn wá ó wá sí shop bí tá bá ń jókòó sí across the site, and it was just like ọmọ òun ti ṣe junior high tán. Ọ̀rọ̀ téèyàn tó pè tán yìí sọ nípa free education ni mo fẹ́ sọ ń pa èyí o. Ó lọ́mọ òun ti ṣe junior high tán. Ní pé wọ́n wá ní kóun mú ó ti wá pass exam ẹ̀ ó fẹ́ wọ SS1 tọmọ ẹ fẹ́ wọ ẹ̀ Maiyegun. They now told the man to go and bring tax whatever, sleep or something. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni yóò níṣẹ́, it doesn't have anything tó ń ṣe. So tí o bá ti ní tax clearance, ọmọ yẹn ò lè lọ school.
No, if you are not working, you don't need any tax clearance, because where would you get the clearance?
Ó ní kó lọ wá 8,100 tó máa lọ sọ sí local government ibi tọ́mọ ẹ ti fẹ́ lọ sí school. Wọ́n níṣẹ́ wo lẹ́yìn ṣe, ó lóun máa ń wa mọ́tò ni, but mọ́tò yẹn ti ní accident òun ò níṣẹ́ kankan for now. Ó níṣẹ́ mọ́tò táwọn ń ṣe náà àwọn gbà ní hire purchase ni. Ìpè mọ́tò yẹn táwọn bá pa bí 9,000 lójúmọ́, bí 1,500 làwọn máa ń mú lọ sílé. Mo ní báwo lè máa pa 9,000? Ó ní àwọn agbèrò, ìyẹn àwọn MC, wọ́n á gba 6,000 naira nínú ẹ̀ for the whole day.
Wow.
Ó láwọn kan máa gba 2,000 or something àbí 1,000. 1,500 ṣá ló máa bá wọn lọ́lé at the end of the day. Àwọn dẹ̀ máa san, okay, àwọn máa san 4,000. Yeah. Wọ́n máa san 4,000 owó delivery. Àwọn ẹ̀sìn àgbà 6,000, more than 9,000 ló pọ̀ yẹ̀ dẹ̀ náà, àwọn á mú 1,500 lọ sílé. Bóyá explain fún un ní mọ́tò yẹn gan ti wá bàjẹ́ báyìí. Mo wá ní ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yìí, ṣe fi hàn pé n tó ń ṣe yẹn ó normal, ó tẹ́wọ́. Majority àwọn people yóò mọ̀ ń pé Maiyegun olójú kan ló máa ń jọba nílùú afọ́jú. Àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ohun tí ìjọba ń ṣe fún wọn yẹn ò right. Tí a bá máa sọ fún wọn pé kíní yìí ò dáa o, tẹ́ bá yọpin lójú ẹ fi hàn pé nǹkan tójú ń ṣe ò dáa, wọn ò mọ̀. Mo ní ṣé tó bá sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ máa gba ìlú tí lọ́sìn pé òkè Yíbò níyí o, Yorùbá níyí, Tápà níyí o, kẹ́sẹ̀ nílùú tí kí lẹ máa ṣe náà. Ó lóun máa dúró, òun máa lọ sí ìlú òun bá máa dájú ọmọ nílùú yín láti dájú eléyìí lọ. Ẹ̀kọ́ gbogbo yìí kàn sì fi hàn pé ẹ̀ sí nínú slavery mọ́ ni ìyálàyà slavery tójú táwọn òyìnbó lè wà nínú ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
Princess, the chains anymore. It's here. That is where they have enslaved them. Up here. That's it.
So a poor man, yeah, back when we were growing up, we had people that were drunkards, Maiyegun, that were drunkards that had wives at home, but their children were still having access to education. So in this situation, if you're poor, your children can even attend government schools. Senior class, tó fẹ́ wọ̀ yẹn, ó máa tún ṣe table and chair 6,000, ó máa ṣe registration 2,950 nínú country tí àwọn olórí burúkú yìí tí wọ́n ti ní free education. This alone is enough for people to rise up. Tó bá rí owó jí tó fi rán wọn ní private school, you don't know what is going on with the people tí wọ́n rán. Báwo ni 90 million ló ṣe níwà out of school, Maiyegun? School gangan ló ti ní wọ́n lára. So we need to take all of this to the grassroots. I will stand in front of anybody and say anything. I will do that. So we need to take this to the grassroots and let them know. Ẹ̀tọ́ yín rèé, ihun tẹ́ ẹ dúró fún rèé, ihun tí ẹ jókòó fún rèé, ohun bí tó ti ní yín lára rèé, báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹni tí ò ṣiṣẹ́, tí ò bá kàwé, tí òòpù ti tọ́ fún, ṣé kọ́mọ ẹ̀ náà tún máa wúlò ni? Tábà sọ pé ẹ ti fàyè yín tún tí wọ́n ṣe, àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ sàǹgbẹ́tọ̀kọ̀ wọ́n á máa rò pé ẹnu wa mú jù ni. Ayé àwọn ọmọ yìí mò ń sọ fún yín sí ayé àwọn ọmọ yìí ẹ ti fi tún tiwọn náà ṣe ẹ ti fi tún tàwọn màmá ṣàlí ti kúrò ń bẹ ẹ ti tè darí ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ti ṣàlí náà kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sin àwọn Charlie náà, àwọn tó yẹ kó lè ní wọ́n. Àwọn tó yẹ kó lè ní wọ́n tó rìn káàkiri tó ń ṣorí burúkú káàkiri ayé. Ẹ ṣe Manaki, ẹ ṣe Faraki, ẹ ṣe Makiaki, ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú àwọn oníyẹ̀yẹ́. Táwọn yẹn bá ṣe tiwọn fún wọn lọ́hùn, àwọn tí bí náà ń jó wọn láti fùrọ̀ ń bí wọn ò jẹ́ kí ọ̀kan kó ráyè ṣe bí báyìí. Máa tẹ̀lọ́gbẹ́ ni ẹ lọ sí skul ọmọ ẹ lọ́la o.
Ẹ jẹ́ àmọ̀ nǹkan tó bá bá dé afterward
anyway. Máa pa wèrè ń bẹ̀. Tí n bá fà á tán, headmaster wọn tó bá wo kí n wọ síta kájọ fà á, máa tún tọ̀ sí lójú, máa ṣe yànnàyànnà kí n tó kúrò ń bẹ̀ lọ́la. This is wrong. It is wrong. Má bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ headmaster pé ṣé ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ ló kà àbí ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ kọ́ ló kà? Ẹ wá ní àwọn èèyàn lára. Wọ́n kàn jáde nígbà mi, wàá náà ọmọ lórí títì sábà gan. Àṣẹ skul gan ni wọ́n lára ń bẹ̀ wọ̀ ọjọ́ níbi jókòó sí ni.
I'm from because I mean, it's always like it's becoming more hostile and hostile. Lord, if I'm about to Princess. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let me take another one. I have another person on the line there. Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine. You see, usually the Nigerian system we need after the you need somebody exactly. You need somebody to. It's a set mind. What you saw now? The mindset was just that. It's just what is shaping where you pay. The attitude about fight there. Okay, I'll give you one instance.
Yeah.
In that my daddy built a house in Alasa. We used to drive a bus from Alasia to Moshi.
Right.
Now, from that, I think what I'm saying is about I'm talking about in the 90s, right?
Early 90s, yeah.
We put a bus from there. Early 90s, we put a bus from Alasa. Alasia so to Alasa to Moshi rather. When I got back to Nigeria, I'm only going to scrap with bus stop. There's a bus stop before you get to Alasalatu.
Okay.
And these boys were collecting. I said, what money are you collecting? I was sitting at the front as it was. You know what the driver did? He just kept quiet.
The
driver just kept quiet.
Why are you fighting?
So I'm at the end of the day,
okay, you get me now. So somehow gone like wow, you know. So you tell me that kind of story. Our passenger ma sọ pé ẹ filẹ̀ jàre ẹ jẹ́ kó fún wọ́n ṣe ń gbà nìyẹn má dá
exactly. So now another thing, this idiot that's a kiri tó bá ríṣẹ́ èyí tó ń ṣe driver yẹn gan, what they did was tọ́wọ́ ti dé bus stop tó bá ọ̀fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ níjọ́ yàgbé fún kejì wọ́n wà pa. ìyá náà lọ wá sí akọ̀ṣe bó ṣe wù tó bá.
àwọn náà ń ṣe compete lọ títí because tẹ bá rí diona tó gbé gbogbo mọ́tò yìí fún wọn náà àwọn diona tó ti develop hypertension ló pọ̀ jù, so ó dà pé frustration yẹn from one angle to another kẹ́bọ̀dì ṣàkó para wọn dànù sí ìjọba lọ́rùn yìí náà.
ó ṣàkó dọ́pọ̀ so ó ti wá sọ wá bí ti yẹ pé àwọn náà ò níṣẹ́ ibẹ̀ ló ti ń jẹ. So, and to my shaking Mamurago. Now, last time I went to Nigeria, I was trying to look at what the MC don't shoot, don't the shopping complex. Yeah? According to what I heard, because I do little studies.
The guy has made a lot of
money. This guy was paying government.
Baba.
Of course, big money, big time money.
They said that Lagos State government generates over 500 billion a year, right? Do you know the other one? They did the research on Baba. They did the research on the money they collect from this bus stop market and everything, right? They came back and they said these guys are making like right, every day they are making more than 200 million naira. When they did all the estimate and everything, Agberos alone, they are raking in over 219 billion naira a year. Baba, that's billions I'm talking about here in the hands of some few people and their godfathers. So just imagine what they can do. Is there anything they can't do? Is there something they can't do with that money?
Yeah, they are. There's a lot they can do with the money. So that is why they want to keep themselves on that way. Okay, me money, this is my own stuff, this is my own stuff.
Years, because I just gave you the figure now. Okay, many people don't know where this. What is the total of this money? What is this money for? You see that money, is over 200 billion a year in Lagos State. Those street money, Jaro money, everything, it's over 200 billion. Now think about. Let's say the people sharing it. The people sharing all this money. Let's say they are 1,000. Baba, in a state of 22 million people. 1,000 people have access to 200 billion a year. Do the math.
Yeah. Penny. That's what you are talking about. Should you no only locally?
No, that is why. To show the. Lodun don't consider 15 billion. Don't come one MC Furarele Mari be 10 billion. Lodun. Just like that. Simply. Just conveniently. Just with those 10 naira, 100 naira, 50 naira, 100 naira, 200 naira, 1,500, tongbal everywhere, no show the anycon. And it is
there was a day I definitely went to shoot himself. Latimo. If you are saying for instance, people I want to say for take come ala goose, I want you to come ala goose one so my pay je go dey Shagamu. One gba o de ori ton gba lọ́wọ́ 10 naira, 150 naira pa ti pa.
One lay your de beggar. To bá ti load leko, to ti raja ni Dumota. To fẹ́ fẹ́ kó lẹ̀, àwọn kan tó di beggar. Olóyè tó máa sọ lórí load to load kó tó kúrò ní Èkó. Àwọn en dro die, wọ́n mọ àwọn buses, wọ́n mọ àwọn trucks tó máa kúrò ní Dumota. Show you see. Exactly. I'm on the funny thing, sir. Shall I to load nko láti east? Tombo le Dumota. Àwọn kan dro de wọ́n Dumota. Wọ́n ní bá yín jẹ́rù, wọ́n ní bá yín jan koko. Owó load ni. O ma no owó load. Ke to ja ẹrù tẹ́ kó dé yẹn sí shop yín. You have to pay. Iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n nìyẹn. And that is the society. Something that you living in New York, living in America or anywhere. Those are strange things.
A lot of things going to be changed. It's mindset and that in one bed.
Forever.
You know, boy, Tony say bad problem if we are.
Seriously. And now on the Boko Haram titiwa, Shettima bani access owó yẹn mọ́. Àwa ló máa jí gbé. Trust me, Baba. Politicians created Boko Haram. Politicians brought in Fulani terrorists. Okay, so if they cannot satisfy them, we will become the commodity they will have to trade in. Baba.
Benny. And it's getting to that level now. Because I want people that are getting fed up.